Good evening.
We have so much heard about hate speech. And while you are delivering it, you say so many things. But we want to digress a little. The not too young to run bill has been passed. Then the not too young to run bill has been passed. Then we had some certain set of university done, saying Nigerian youths are not prepared. What is your opinion? What are you saying to this? What are you adding to this, sir?
Well, regarding the not too young to run bill, spearheaded by Iaga, Samson Todo, Electoral, it's a good one. I mean, especially for this government of President Muhammadu Buhari deciding to sign the bill after all. But then the question is not just about being able to run. The question is, do the youth of today in Nigeria have the capacity to run? Someone that spoke at this particular event mentioned how much he has spent, even when the election has not happened. I mean, he has not even won the ticket for his political party. He's yet to go into the primaries, and he claims that he has spent over 150 million naira. How many youths have 150,000 naira? And then that tells you that it's not just about being able to run, it's much more about having the capacity to run. And talking about juggernauts, talking about dons, coming out to say that the average Nigerian youth is not ready or we are not willing. I make bold to say that's a big no. The question is not whether we are ready to run. No, we are ready to run, actually. Actually, that's the second project being run by IAGA right now. After the Not Too Young to Run, they're already launching one called Ready to Run. Okay, in a way to support would-be aspirants for whatever level of governance, even though Mr. President has told them, even the day as he was signing, he said, don't contest now, wait till the next election. But the most important thing here is that the average Nigerian youth is smart. The average Nigerian youth is forward-looking. The average Nigerian youth is interested in politics, and that is why they get used. People who are not interested would rather sit down at home. They'll be docile. We've seen this year being called the year of the office of the citizen. More things have been achieved this year by individuals, citizens who decide to form a coalition and do things. And that's why you have the red card movement, the office of the citizen movement, and all that and all that. So the average Nigerian youth is not docile. I make bold to say, because I'm one of them. I make bold to say the average Nigerian youth is smart, is intelligent, is informed. I mean, with the plethora of media stations we have right now, I mean, check out the number of radio stations and TV stations, both online and offline, that we have today. The average Nigerian youth is more informed than the previous ones. And that means we are better equipped, better armed going forward to the next coming elections. So people saying that we are not ready, I think that's a no. The question is, do we have the capacity? And in terms of capacity, it's a function of whether we have been empowered enough to go into the elections. And of course, empowerment, we're not talking about buying shoe polish, we're not talking about buying wheelbarrows or what have you, distributing gala and all that. That is not the empowerment we need. We need quality education in the country. We need people given the opportunities to express themselves. Quality youth facilities, quality sporting facilities. I mean, Nigeria just got crashed out of the World Cup. So what we need from government is an enabling environment for the Nigerian youth to thrive. Finally, on your question, are Nigerian youths not ready? That's a no. We are ready.
Thank you, Mr. Dayo. Still another thing.
Good.
We are ready, we are ready, we are ready. Everybody knows that, since you have said. But there is this thing baffling. We want to select our best 11. So how do we go about it?
Good. Selecting the best 11 is never a challenge. I tell people, in any society, the cream will always rise to the top. Society will always throw up the best minds. The question is this: are we willing to give them the space? For example, 30% affirmation for women in the legislature and all that. Are the men given the space? Are we saying there are no credible women to fill this 30%? That's a no. There are. The same thing applies to youth in Nigeria. The cream will always come up to play. We have young people. I read in social media about a month ago about a Nigerian, just in his early 20s, I think 24, who has a PhD in national security strategy. I mean, from a foreign university. I mean, this guy alone, if you bring him in, will probably solve the Boko Haram or, Fulani herdsmen crisis. I mean, farmers' elders crisis, because this is what he has gone to study. So the question is, we don't have a lack of credible hands. Selecting our first 11, getting the right people in place, that is not a challenge. Nigeria does not lack credible hands, both within and in the diaspora. We have credible hands. The question is this: are we willing to give space for these guys to do what we need them to do?
Thank you, Mr. Dayo. Still another thing, I want to add something to it. People are talking about imported politicians these days. I think we have been hearing about it. So now you're telling us somebody that came from overseas and that person being put on our heads, contesting, do you think that person is going to understand our problems?
You know, let me take a cue from the ongoing World Cup, which Nigeria crashed out recently. Somebody was saying that if you check the lineup, you know, there are some imported players there too. You know, Trustekong, Leon Balogun, and the likes. In fact, some of them don't even look Nigerian. And check the performances of these guys, not just in the World Cup, even in their clubs. You saw that most of these guys actually perform better. I'm not in any way trying to support the fact that only foreign people can come do great things in Nigeria. But the fact remains that there's something about the psyche of an average person who grows up in Nigeria. It affects the thinking, it affects the way we do things. But then if we have the opportunity to use people who have been opportune to access quality education outside the country, I think we'll be doing ourselves a disfavor if we color them a name, you know, giving a dog a bad name just to hang it. And then why not totally just use these people, exploit what they have upstairs, and make sure we are doing better. Don't forget, the keeper that would have used would have been Carly Keme, who keeps somewhere in, I think, Iceland or something. You know, but unfortunately, health hazards and all that probably would have been, you know, gone further than that. So I'm not trying to say that homegrown people are not doing fine. No, or that they will not do fine. But see, let's ask ourselves, what is the quality of education in Nigeria? We are in the University of Ibadan today. What is the rank of University of Ibadan on the world chart of universities? So if someone has an opportunity to go to an Ivy League university, give him the opportunity because he had access to some quality education. After all, he's still a Nigerian. Let's maximize what we have and put our best foot forward.
Thank you, Mr. Dayo. We're happy to have you.
Thank you very much.